Hi, I'm Simon, and this is Tarot. Welcome to our tutorial series on how to use the Tarot routing platform. This video, as part of our route optimization and delivery management with Tarot routing series, will cover the planning stage of the map view. So here you can see I've logged into Tarot routing, and when I've logged in, it's taking me to the map view of the platform and loaded the current scenario of today. What you'll notice in the map view, first of all, is the 3 stages of Tarot routing: planning, routing, and tracking. This video is covering the planning stage. Separate videos will cover the routing and the tracking stage. I can see which account I'm logged in as, and I can also access the admin panel, different alternative map views, and my account. In the planning stage, there are 5 primary panels, the first of which is the scenarios panel. So in Tarot routing, a scenario is a list of jobs that needs to be completed, but you can think of it as a delivery wave, for example, or a daily job task. In the scenarios panel, I can navigate between scenarios. I can create a new scenario. I can refresh the panel, look at the scenario calendar in order to navigate between scenarios, or search for a specific scenario based on the scenario's name and its date. Within the scenario panel, I can always see the active scenario as it is highlighted in yellow, and I can always set a scenario active by clicking on the scenario and clicking Set Active. If I right-click on the scenario, I can edit the scenario in order to change its name or change the scheduled date of the scenario. So I've set my demonstration scenario active, and we can move on to the next panel, the jobs panel. So here you can see I already have 50 jobs loaded. Each job represents a location that is to be visited by a driver in one of the delivery runs. So if I click on a job, it's immediately highlighted on the map, so I can quickly see where each job is. And if I look at the job in the job details modal that appears on the map, I can look at any constraints that are listed with the job. Constraints impact how the optimization algorithm runs. For example, arrive after 11 a.m. means that this specific job, when it's run in an optimization, it cannot be served by a driver before 11 a.m. There will be a separate video that goes into greater detail on optimization and optimization constraints. I can also see in the job details modal any job attachments, which are units, returns, or containers that are associated with the jobs. For example, a unit may be a parcel that is to be delivered, and this would be the unit's barcode. Sorry, the barcode on the parcel. I can also see any job proofs, but without having created a run, I would not expect any job proofs on this job. In the jobs panel, I can also right-click on a job to edit the job and change information about it, its location, its identification, the color of the job as it appears in the timeline, or the customer name. I can also view the job attachments, delete the jobs, or add a job tag. Tags are bits of information that we can add onto a job in order to provide extra information about that specific job. Also in the jobs panel, I can click the job action bar to refresh the list, add a new job, or merge jobs. If I merge jobs, I look for any job that has the same identification number, address, or customer name to merge them together so that we're not delivering twice to the same location. I can also load jobs via Excel, and there will be a separate video covering this. Equally, jobs can be created via an EDI or API connection so that your warehouse management system or your order management system can automatically create jobs in Terra routing without any human having to drag or drop an Excel file or manually create jobs. And that's the job panel. The next panel is the drivers. Drivers should be considered as a template from which we create runs. So if I select a specific driver, I can see where they're starting from. I can see if I edit the driver, I can see the shift start of the driver, which is when the driver is planned to depart his start location, the shift end of the driver, when the driver must return or must arrive at his end location, lunchtime if it's applicable, any billing rates that are applied here, and then most importantly, the route end. So where does the driver finish his route? So in this case, it's set to the start of the route, which is here at Port Botany in Sydney, but I can set a specific end location, which will, when the optimization is run, change the route so that it's optimal considering the start and the end location, or I can set it to anywhere. I can also set here the type of the job, which is important the type of the driver, which is important if we have job types as well. Again, this is an optimization constraint, and we'll cover this in a separate optimization video. There are a few other settings on the driver. I'm not going to go into greater detail on these now. You can always check out our documentation, or you can ask a question of our team. So the drivers panel also has the action bar to add a driver, to refresh the panel, or to export the current drivers to Excel. You can also load in new drivers from Excel. And for every driver, you can copy the driver, which will take a right click and copy the driver, which will make a duplicate driver, edit the driver, or delete the driver. So finally, we have the job pool and the returns pool. The job pool should be considered as a list of jobs that are not currently in a scenario. So for example, if for whatever reason this job could not be delivered in this scenario, the package didn't arrive from another warehouse. So I planned to do it today, but I couldn't do it. So now I will put it in the job pool so that I know as the transport planner that when this package arrives, that job is sitting in the job pool, ready to be allocated into the next scenario. So from here, I can drag and drop jobs, select multiple jobs from the job list to the job pool, and vice versa. And I can drag one or multiple jobs at once. And I can also do this in the routing stage. So from here, that's a basic overview of the planning stage. There's also the returns pool. The returns pool is specific if your organization is doing the returns workflow. So we'll cover that in a separate video. And go into greater detail on that later on. So in the planning stage, the next step is to run an optimization, so to build my runs, which I can then review in the routing stage and dispatch in the tracking stage to complete my deliveries. And to do that, I have to click the Let's Route button. But first, I need to tell the optimization algorithm which drivers are working. So which drivers, I already have my 50 jobs, but I need to tell the optimization algorithm which drivers are going to be driving in this scenario. So which drivers can be considered for taking a route. So here, we'll take all our botany drivers. So they're all starting from here, and the one botany driver, botany to Hornsby driver, so one driver is finishing here. So I'll search BOT, click select all. I've selected 5 drivers, and then I will click Let's Route. And Let's Route will send the active drivers and all the jobs to the optimization algorithm, which will calculate which vehicle should visit which job in what order, so that the minimum amount of time driving on the road is spent. And it will return, once the optimization calculation has finished, it will return this information to the platform and advance the scenario to the routing stage, which you can see it's already done. Okay, well, that's the planning stage. The next video will be on the routing stage, and I will speak with you then.